When I got into Colombia, I had this huge vision for world peace. I was just desperate to find any sign of hope that peace was possible, that there were people who felt as deeply as I did. And that was the beginning of my journey. Little did I know that that initiation was going to send me into the depths of my soul. I went through so many ups and downs in the past 5 years. Everything that was in the shadows of my psyche, I had to confront. There were times when I barely had the energy to get out of bed. There was a point in my journey where I was almost like bedridden for 2.5 years. The one thing that kept me going was my connection, my desire, my soul's calling. And I think for a lot of advanced souls, the initiation into your calling is riddled with the unimaginable, the domino of ego death after heartbreak, betrayal, tower after tower collapsing until there's nothing left but the truth of who you are. There were so many stories that I had to unlearn, so many programs that I identified as absolute truths, all of them shattered to pieces. I recognize that for many people, it's really hard to hold space for that depth of emotion. I used to think it was a curse to feel as deeply as I do. But over the years, actually, my whole life, people have confided with me the deepest, darkest corners of their soul, their pain. And the reason why I can hold space for it is a direct correlation to the level of depth that I understand my darkness as much as I respect my light. We are all equal parts darkness and light. We all have the capacity for evil. And it's when you disown the parts of you that you are ashamed about, the parts that you deem as dark, that's when your shadows can take over. But if you acknowledge your darkness, you integrate it, then you have control. It's often why you see people who promote themselves as all good have a hard time pointing fingers at themselves, but can so easily point fingers at others for being bad. That's not true leadership, but that's where a lot of leaders are currently at in their level of consciousness. And the program that I'm launching next month is not for your current mass collective consciousness leader. It's for the quiet leader who's thinking to themselves, I could do a better job, but I don't know if I'm worthy. But the current paradigms of power attract less qualified leaders or less trained, less developed, and wonder how am I going to get in a position when the current paradigm doesn't welcome a wiser approach. But the thing is, the tides are changing, things are moving. They are. And you've got to be brave enough. One of my favorite quotes from the Bible is something along the lines of, not by my strength, but His. It's time. Things are changing. Can you feel it beneath the doubt and the fears and the worries and the programs? Can you feel it? If you can feel it in your bones, in your heart, in your soul, that you're meant to be a part of this change, then claim it and see how the universe unfolds to get you there.